नाटक का एक अद्भुत संगम जिसने हमें हमारी आजादी की कीमत और हमारे कर्तव्यों से रूबरू करवाया, साथ ही हमारे हृदय में बसे भारत की गौरवान्वित छवि को बखूबी दर्शाया।
अब मैं परम आदरणीय पटना महाधर्म प्रांत के महाधर्मा अध्यक्ष श्रद्धेय सेबास्टियन कल्लुपुरा को आमंत्रित करना चाहती हूँ कि आप आएं और अपने शब्दों से हमारा मार्गदर्शन करें।
Dear and respected Sister Rima, Provincial of Northern Province of the Apostolic Congregation, Carmel Congregation, respected Sister Dr. Mary Rashmi, Principal, Patna Women's College, respected Sister Tanisha, the Superior of Avila Convent, Sister Serena, the Vice Provincial, Sister Mridula, the Council Member, Brothers and Sisters, Faculty Members, Professors, Teachers, and dear friends. First of all, I congratulate all those wonderful performers on the stage here. Wonderful performance on the occasion of the Founders Day. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Best wishes. Before I start anything, I would like to narrate an incident. An incident that happened, and I was part of it. Years back means at least 20-25 years back. I was a young priest at that time, and I was standing in front of the present Archbishop's house where I stay now. When I was standing in front of the house, sometime early morning around 8:30, 9 o'clock, a respectable lady got down from her vehicle and got down. She stood looking at this Archbishop's house. She folded her hands, closed her eyes, and she was standing. Sincerely, I thought she mistook this building for the church. So I went to her and introduced myself to her, and I said, "Madam, this is not the church, that is the church. If you want me, I can take you inside the church." She looked at me, smiled at me, and he said, "No, I am simply looking at this building." And she introduced herself to me, and she said she was the daughter of the first Chief Minister of Bihar, Sri Krishna Sinha, Krishna Sahi. And she, at that time, or a few years back, just previous back, she was one of the union ministers, cabinet ministers. I think she was the education minister. Then she started narrating about her life that started in that building. Patna Women's College started there. And she was one of the first students from that college. She started talking about Mother Theodosia and so many sisters whom I have never seen at all. That was, I thought, she was very proud of this institution. I myself felt proud of this institution, and I came and narrated the incident after some time to Sister Lysaria, whom I knew at that time. An incident which I remember even today about this Patna Women's College. I just wanted to narrate. This is the first time I am facing all of you. Now, I start a few words quoting a verse from the Bible. The Bible says, old people will dream dreams, but the young people will see visions. Old people will dream dreams, but young people will see visions. I am facing a group of people who are not only capable of dreaming, but also have a vision for their own life, for the life of this country and the society at large. I am sure the youth who are in front of me. Now, allow me to consider each one of you, young people sitting here, as the holy books of different religions. Then let me read out what is written in each one of these books. This is what each of you will say. From Buddhism, Buddhist book. So, what of all these titles, names and races? They are mere worldly conventions. So what of all these titles, names and races? They are mere worldly conventions. Sutta Nipata, the holy book of Buddhism. Second, from Jainism. Consider the family of humankind one. Consider the family of humankind one. Jinasena Adipurana of Jainism. From Islam. O mankind, we created you from a single pair of male and a female and made you into nations and tribes that you might know each other, not that you might despise each other. Verily, the most honored among you in the sight of God is he who is the most righteous. Quran, number 49, verse 13. Now from Sri Bhagavad Gita. All those who take refuge in me, whatever their faith, race, sex or caste, will attain the supreme goal. This realization can be attained even by those whom society scorns. Kings and sages too seek this goal with devotion. Bhagavad Gita 9:32 to 33. Now from the Bible. How good, how delightful, how wonderful it is to live as brothers and sisters all together. Psalm 133 verse 1. Now from Sikhism. Know all human beings to be repositories of divine light. Stop not to inquire about the caste. In the hereafter, there is no caste. Adi Grantha. This is what each religion speaks about when it comes to living in harmony and peace in this world. We are each unique with the unique experiences, hence our journey cannot be dictated by the world, but needs to be directed by our true self, which we can encounter only when we are open to searching and finding our true self. When we will be saving our cultural and religious diversity. Remember, the 21st century began with seeing the tragic destruction of the Buddhas of Bamiyan on the 27th of February 2002. The two imposing statues of Buddha in Bamiyan Valley in Afghanistan were blown to pieces. Then on, the non-Muslims in Afghanistan lived under constant fear of persecution. On the other hand, somewhere else, in our neighboring country, Myanmar, a predominantly Buddhist country, the Rohingya Muslims who have their own language and culture are being persecuted by the government and Buddhist nationalists. Hundreds and thousands of Rohingyas were fleeing across the border into Bangladesh, followed by the systematic destruction of religious symbols, mosques, and the execution of priests, artists, and teachers, and everybody related to Muslims. Certainly, these are tangible signs of intolerance towards cultural and religious diversities. In India, there has been a dehumanizing narrative against certain sections of the society. Nazi Germany called the Jews rats, and the Tutsis in Rwanda were called cockroaches. So too, there are many people who would refer to the Indian Muslims as termites. Termites eating away at India's resources. Some are depicted as unpatriotic oppressors of the ignorant and innocent, using foreign money to lure impoverished people in their own fold under the cloak of humanitarian services, and so on and so forth. Please remember, friends, history is witness to several instances of attempted destruction of a group's culture, religion, and identity. The anti-Semitic violence let loose by Nazi Germany under the leadership of Adolf Hitler from 1933 to 1945 to eliminate the European Jews is classic example of cultural ethnicity. Diversity is an obvious fact of human life. As humans, we differ in several ways: gender, language, religion, culture, and countless other domains. As Indians, we take pride in the vast religious and cultural diversity in our country. India is among the most diverse and is the largest multicultural society in the world. Although Hindus constitute the majority of the population, India is also home to Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, Zoroastrians, and other indigenous groups. The religious diversity is also coupled with enormous cultural diversity based on ethnicity, language, food, clothing, customs, and traditions, and so on. It is of paramount importance to safeguard these diversities. any clenching of fists against the preserving and promotion of these diversities should awaken in us, strengthening our collective conscience to protect them. I sincerely hope this esteemed educational institution, Patna Women's College, run by the Apostolic Carmel Sisters, with the intention of creating world citizens with broad-mindedness and universal fraternal feeling towards all, will continue to show the way forward for the rest of us to live with a global mindset of accepting, respecting anything genuinely human, and thus bringing peace and harmony within the individual's life and the society. The youth, you all, could be the agents of change by changing your attitudes and respective perspectives towards the world at large. Kindly remember what Benjamin Disraeli says. He said, "The youth of a nation are the trustees of prosperity and peace." The youth of a nation are the trustees of prosperity and peace. That means the world, the youth are the agents of change by changing their attitudes and perspectives towards this world. For this, one needs to gain a proper education, and this institution makes sure that you all gain that education. I shall give you a real-time incident that had gone viral in Bihar, wherein the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar was in for a surprise on a day when an 11-year-old boy, a student of class 6, approached him while he was interacting with the people and pleaded with him to get him admitted into a private school, since the quality of education in the local government school where he studied was dismal. The Chief Minister was in his ancestral village Kallupura in Nalanda district to garland the statue of his mother, Mrs. Manju Sinha. The boy addressed him with the folded hands. His name was Sonu. Sonu said, "Sir, I need your support for my education. My father does not help me," cried Sonu Kumar. "I study at a government school. The teaching standards are pathetic. My mathematics teacher has a problem with the numbers and cannot manage basic English." The boy informed the Chief Minister about the poor standard of education in government schools. He said that he wanted to become a high-ranking officer, maybe an IAS officer, and it is not possible with the poor standard of education. His father sells dairy items for a living and cannot afford to give quality education to his son in a private school or a private college like this. But you are lucky, dear friends, that you do not belong to this boys group. I congratulate and express my sincere thanks to Sister Dr. Rashmi, the principal of Patna Women's College, and all the members of the faculty, along with everyone who is part of this institution, for their selfless service to all these students who will be committing themselves to create an egalitarian society because of their contribution, because of your contributions to building their lives. I end here with a Hebrew poem that I read in a Christmas greeting card. The poem goes like this. People lift their arms in hunger. God says, share yourself with them. The world prepares for war. God says, peace be with you. War is pushing people down, but peace is working among people. Love goes out, greed drags in. Can we plan to help both sides? Faith is proved by deed, hence love all people. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद आर्चबिशप, हमारा पथ प्रदर्शन करने के लिए। आपके शब्द हमारे लिए सदा प्रेरणा के स्रोत रहेंगे। इस कार्यक्रम